My name is Jim Drake, and I like to metal detect. I've been metal detecting since the early 60s when they had the old BFOs, the beat frequency oscillator detectors. And I found a lot of stuff with it, a lot of good stuff, a lot of silver. And back then I mostly coin hunted. But anyway, my nickname is Cougar Jim, and I live in Oregon, born and raised in Alabama. I'm just an old country boy. And I moved to Oregon and about 22 years ago. I served a hitch in the Navy and stationed in California. Then I went in the Iron Workers. Now I'm retired. Got plenty of time to hunt, and I mostly hunt for gold nuggets. And well, every once in a while I hunt for coins, jewelry, and whatever. But I just like to metal detect in general. I just like the outdoors. I like to fish and hunt too. But really, well, I'll tell you a story about how I got my nickname. You might like it. Here in Oregon, we got a lot of wild country, and I got a place over here about 10 miles from my house. I call it my wild place. The reason I call it a wild place is a lot of critters hang out there. You just name it and they're there. Bear, cougar, whatever. Anyway, one year I was gonna find me a place to set up my tree stand for deer hunting, and I drove over to this place, and I pulled off the side of the road, old gravel road, and walked out in the woods a little ways, about 50 yards or so, and there's a little open meadow. Beautiful green grass. Oh no, this will be a good place to put my tree stand. So I was standing there just looking around, and all of a sudden I heard a deer snort. And you know, when you hear a deer snort, that means something spooked them. And I thought, well, wait a minute, I didn't spook that deer. I've been standing still here for quite a while, and the wind was blowing from him to me, so he couldn't have smelled me. And about that time I caught something out of the corner of my eye to my left, and a big full-grown cougar walked right out in the open there and was looking right at me. I thought, oh crap, what am I going to do now? I don't even have a weapon. So I read somewhere, if you raise your hands and stand real tall and shout and scream and all, and they'll run, they'll take off running. Well, I guess he didn't read that chapter, because he didn't scare at all. That cougar wasn't afraid of nothing. He just went down in a crouch and backed his ears, and I thought, oh crap, I got to get out of here. So I knew not to run. He'd probably catch me. So I started backing up real slow, and he would get up and come closer and then go back down to a crouch. Then I happened to remember I had a slingshot in my back pocket. It was one of those wrist rockets, you know, that the handle holds steel balls, and you could push a deal on it and then the steel ball would roll out. So I took it up, pushed it all right, and well, you know, I guess you know that went over like a bobsled on a dirt road. All the steel balls fell out on the ground except 3, and they were in my hand. So I loaded one of them and popped him right in the chest. Huh. Well, that's about like shooting an elephant with a spitball. About the same effect. He just got mad. And he came closer and went back in a crouch, and I started backing up again. And all the time I was backing toward my truck. And I kept backing up, and he'd get up and come. He was getting tired of the game, I'm sure. And I'll tell you what, I was about as nervous as a turkey on Thanksgiving, if you can imagine that. And I thought, well, boy, this is a heck of a way to die, and this guy's wanting me. Anyway, I got probably within 10-15 yards from my truck, and I thought, well, I can beat him now. I think I can beat him. just as I turned around to run, a horrible thought went through my mind. Did I lock that door? I was coming up on the passenger side, and I thought, man, if that door's locked, I'm cat food. So I made a decision right there. I think probably saved my life. I decided not to try that door because I was afraid it was locked. So I'll cut in front of my truck, and then when I made the turn back to get to my door, that he was coming after me. He was reaching for him. I seen him out of the left corner of my eye reaching for me. And just as I turned the corner to get back to the door, he was coming too fast. He couldn't make the turn. And he slid all the way across that gravel road, all the way in the ditch on the other side. And he's clawing the ground trying to get back to me. Well, that gave me just enough time to get in the door and close it. And just as I closed the door, he was sitting right outside the door looking up at me. You know, he had a look on his face like, well, you win some, you lose some. Fat boy got away. And anyway, I was shaking like a leaf, and I rolled the window down about 2 inches, and you know, I wanted to talk to him a little bit. I said, you know, you wait right here, you SOB. I'll go home and get my gun, and I'll blow your blankety-blank head off. So I started up my truck and drove up the road, turned around and came back, and he was still sitting there looking at me. That cougar wasn't afraid of anything. So I went on home, got my gun, I went back over there, and I looked for the cougar half a day. Never found him. I'll still look for him today. But I hadn't found him yet. I'm still looking. Anyway, that's the way to, yeah, anyway, we'll get back to metal detecting. I like metal detecting. I love it. I've always loved it. Back in the 60s, I used to do a lot of coin hunting, and like I said, and I found a coffee can full of silver coins, and over a period of time, and saving them, and some of them was worth a lot of money. And so I got out of metal detecting for a little while. My work took me here and there, and anyway, one day I got back into it. Bought me a metal detector and got back into it, and I went to get my coffee can. Lo and behold, it was empty. What in the heck? Well, I found out later my kids got into it, and they had been buying ice cream, candy, and whatever, and spent every bit of it. So that was the end of that. Anyway, I went back into metal detecting, and still love it today. I mostly hunt for gold nuggets now. I like nugget hunting. And the price of gold today, you know, who wouldn't? But anyway, I was born in Alabama, born and raised in Alabama, raised on the farm, just an old country boy, like I said. But I don't know a heck of a lot to tell about myself, but it's about all I know. Let me see. Well, I like to hunt for diamond rings too. You know, gold, diamond rings. And you know, people still losing those today. Not much silver left in the ground now. They've done, most of your metal detectors done found most of that, but people still lose rings and clad coins. But that'll buy you batteries. But that's about all. But yeah, I got my daughter into metal detecting. She likes it too. And she bought her a metal detector, and she just loves it. But anyway, I guess my best find was probably, I found 7 ounces of gold nuggets one day. Quite a while back, you know, back when gold was $35 an ounce, wouldn't you know? But other than that, I've found just about everything you can think of that a metal detector can, you know, pick up. Lots of treasure / trash. Anyway, that's about all I can think of right now that about myself. So anyway, Thanks for watching. Enjoy the videos.